What's up, you guys? Don't mind me. I'm just comfortable driving home. Got a 5-hour drive. Well, 4 now. But anyways, I haven't made a video in a while, and today I was just trying to think about how to stay positive and practice gratitude within my life. And all I could think is, life is what you make it. You've always heard that all your life, but life is really what you make it. I grew up always being very pessimistic. I've always been very pessimistic, trying to be optimistic. I don't know why I see so much sadness in the world, but then I have these switches sometimes where I'm like, no, perspective is everything. You have to look at life in a positive way, even with all the bad things that are going all around the world, within your life, within the people you meet, with the people you know. My mom always says to me, agarra lo bueno de lo malo. Take all the good from the bad. If something bad happens to you, think about in what way did you learn something from it. If you have a loss, it's not really a loss, it's a lesson. Anything bad that happens to you in life, it's really just a lesson. It's just a test to see how you handle it, how you take it, and how you react to it. I always tell people, if you look at something linear, your mind is always going to focus on looking at it that way. No matter whether it's a good or bad thing, you're just always thinking one way, black and white, when in reality, sometimes good things happen to us, and down the line you actually end up realizing, oh shit, that was actually a tragedy. Or tragedies happen and then you end up realizing, wow, that was a blessing in disguise. That's really how life works. That's why there is no such thing as good or bad things, and why your perspective should always be, look at all the good things that happen around you, even when it might seem like it's not going so well, because in reality you have no idea what kind of lesson is being taught within you as these things are happening. Sometimes, for example, let's say you get in a car crash. Perfect example, right? On the road where I'm driving, I actually got in a car crash a couple months back. I was almost done paying off my car. Thank God, though, I was okay. It was with a semi truck, and it could have really went south. I could have completely just died. And instead, I crashed. The car was a total loss. I was sad about it. I was stressed out about it. But hey, within a week, I got myself a brand new car. The other one literally had a bullet wound on it, somewhere inside. I didn't, now I have a new car with no bullet wound. Now I have a new car that's gonna run good, even though I gotta start all over again with the payments. Hey, sometimes you just gotta do those things. Sometimes you just have to do what you gotta do. You might look at it like a loss, like, damn, you almost finished off paying off the car. Like I said, that was my train of thought at first. Ooh, it stinks out here. But hey, I had the ability, the chance to go and get a new car, and everything is fine. You just work your way through it. Sometimes I sit here and I look at life and I'm like, man, living in America is stressful. The American dream is stressful. But then again, it's like, hey, this is the life that God gave me. This is the life that I have. Make it work. Make your opportunities work. I'm pretty sure there's someone across the world saying, hey, living somewhere where there's war 24/7 is really fucking stressful. People want to come to America to escape that, And I'm sure there's places around the world that are like, oh shit, no, I've been to America. I don't want to live in America. I know what it's like to live in America, and maybe their country is a lot better, but I wouldn't know, because that's not where life put me. That's not where God put me at. This is where God put me. This is where life has me at. This is where I need to be. Wherever you're at, that's where you need to be. No matter how bad the situation is, there is always a lesson in everything. Yes, there's a lot of evilness going around the world, a lot. But then again, only your perspective is what's going to make you survive. believing that you're gonna make it out of life, believing that you can push through whatever obstacle that life is putting you in. Whether your whole life has been an obstacle, whether the moment you were born, you already have obstacles. There's sickness, there's the parents that you have, there is the siblings that you are going to grow up with, there is the friends that you're going to encounter in your life, the relationships you're going to build in your life. Literally, life experience, the human experience is a whole entire lesson. It's a whole entire process that you come to this earth to experience, to learn from, to live. Sometimes we say, why me, God? Why always me? Why not you? Why not you? Bad things happen to people all the time. Good things happen to people all the time. Like, it's not a good or bad thing. Like I said, you have no idea what kind of challenges you're going to encounter in your life that are going to make you the person that you are today. Like me personally, I don't think I would be who I am without my struggles. I don't think I would be able to be who I am if I wasn't an immigrant. Thank God I'm not anymore. You know, like, God had greater plans for me, and now I'm not an immigrant. But let me tell you, I've been working since I was 14 years old. Not gonna say too many details, but I've been working for a long time, and it taught me how to work for my money. It taught me that you have to be perceiving. No, I think I'm saying the wrong thing. But it taught me that things are not just handed down to you. And in the struggle, honestly, it taught me such a great work ethic. I love my work ethic. I love being a good worker. I love getting up in the morning, being early, being on time, knowing that I have a schedule to keep up on. I know what it's like to say, hey, I have to be responsible to keep my job. Like, I love growing. I love knowing that there's better opportunities for me out there, because so many doors have opened up to me in the past, even with my struggle, and yet I stayed persevering. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I think I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, it's also about being resilient. Like, no matter how many times life breaks you down, no matter how many obstacles life puts in your way, you have to find a way to overcome them. And another thing my mom always says, todo en esta vida se arregla menos la muerte. Todo en esta vida tiene solución. Todo menos la muerte. So while you're still alive, there is a solution to your problems. And if you could fix it, you fix it. And if you can't, you can't. You know, stress about the things, or not even stress, but worry about the things that no, it wouldn't be like that. I'm wording it wrong. Don't worry about the things that you can't fix. If you can't fix them, you move past them. You learn how to deal with them. A long time ago, I met a lady who had cancer, and she was probably the most positive, most optimistic lady I've ever met in my whole entire life, even with her cancer. And she told me, she's like, one day my son asked me, like, how do you stay so positive through it all? And she said, baby, I have the cancer. It's not going anywhere. And it has gone away before. It comes right back. I have to live with it. What am I supposed to do? Die while I'm still alive? I have a life to live. I have so much to live for, even with the sickness. You learn how to live with it. You learn how to live with your problems, because there is either you can fix it or you can't. And if I can't fix it, why am I going to be making myself sicker and sicker and sicker by worrying about something that I can't fix? You learn to live with it, and you learn to look at life in a way where you become resilient. No matter if life is telling me I'm dying, guess what? I'm not dead yet. I'm very much alive, dealing with my problems. And that's what life is all about, is learning how to deal with your problems. God will never give you a challenge that you cannot handle, or else he wouldn't give it to you, because God is always right there making sure that when you have a problem, he does everything in his power to take it away. Sometimes we don't see it though. Sometimes, like I said, we say, why me? Why are all these bad things happening to me? When bad things happen to you, you have to see the message in it all. You have to decipher, what is life trying to teach me? Let's say you probably prayed for certain things in your life. When you pray for things, it's not given to you. The challenge is given to you, and the outcome of the challenge is the prayer that you asked for. The prayer comes to you after you resolve what it is that life is trying to teach you. If you ask for patience, God is going to send people your way to test your patience, or else how will you ever learn patience? You cannot learn things without struggling with them first. You can't. Life doesn't work that way. You cannot learn how to be good with money if God doesn't give you the obstacles where you're going to go and spend the money. How can I ever be good with money if I don't have self-control? It doesn't make sense. You're gonna say, oh, I want to look like this. I want to be more fit. God is going to literally put every single fast food place that you love in your way. Every ad, every person comes into your life and texts you, hey, let's go out to eat. And the moment you say, fuck it, let's do it, there it goes out the door. But the discipline from you saying, like, no, I know my goal, I know what I want, I'm gonna stick to it. God is like, there you go. There's your answer. You are your own answer. People need to realize that you got the answers to all the questions that you've been asking yourself. If you always say, God, why'd you give me this life? God is not going to be like, oh, let me give you a better one. God is looking at you like, let's see what you do to make your life better. I gave you a life, period. Let's see what kind of life you built. And this is all going back to perspective and being optimistic or pessimistic. You know, if let's say, like me, no, I think that's a bad example of what I was about to use. Never mind, discard it. I already gave a couple of examples. But life is what you make it. If you continue to have your bad habits, you're going to lose track and focus of the life that you want. If you cannot have self-control and discipline and mindfulness of your actions, you cannot expect to have the things that you pray for. Do you understand what I'm saying? The book The Alchemist talks about this. You know, it's about the journey, and he has so many obstacles, and he genuinely he knows he has to get to his treasure. He knows that there's something out there waiting for him, and it took him forever to find that treasure. He even found the woman of his dreams, and she still said, no, you came here not looking for me. I am not the treasure. She was just another obstacle. But hey, she said, I'll be waiting for you right here. Once you find your treasure, I'll be waiting. It's as easy as saying, like, no, I'm giving up on everything that I've ever dreamed for just to be with you. Even in relationships, if you have a goal, stick to your goal, and whoever really loves and supports you is going to be right there, right next to you, waiting for you to achieve those goals, because they know how important they are for you, to you. No matter how many obstacles come into your life, obviously you're not going to get it from one day to another. Any goal you have doesn't happen overnight. Unless you got generational wealth, where, let me tell you something. If you want wealth, make the right moves, make the right investments for the people to come after you. Get the life insurance policy, get the investments, get the land, learn how to get the trust. We could learn how to do all of that. You know, it's about making little smart moves that create huge impacts for the future generations from your bloodline. But going back to the book, sorry, brain fart. Anyways, you have to continue your journey. No matter how many obstacles come in your way, they're not obstacles. Every single obstacle is actually a lesson that you have to learn within your time. Everything that comes into your life. Like, as a matter of fact, the guy in the book actually even works at a store at some point, and he learns how to make his own money, how to clean, how to if I'm not wrong, he even helped the owner make the business a bigger, better place. Now, your lessons are not your lessons alone. This world, like I said, is about the human experience, and the human experience requires for you to learn together as one. That's why there's an old spiritual saying, we are all one. What you bring into people's lives is also a lesson. What people bring into your life are also lessons. When you learn to work with people together, you all learn a lesson. And it's so true. Whatever you do in this life affects every single person in this world. If I just choose to crash right now, it just affected the people behind me, the people in front of me, probably the people that are going to come down this road. You know, the person I just crashed, now everybody's either late, probably got injured. You know, everything affects everyone. Somebody was supposed to be somewhere else, or like to meet up with someone else. Now they're not going to meet up with them. It's a whole ripple effect. Everybody's lives is a ripple effect that affect every single person that you meet or don't meet. So be a positive impact in people's lives. Be a good change in people's lives and people's hearts. Choose to be grateful. Choose to be positive even through the worst times in your life. Choose to do better. If you've been saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, it's not about just do it. It sounds easier said than done. But work your way to being able to do that all the time. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Look at how quick babies walk. Actually, no. First, babies start walking like around they turn 1. That's a whole year. That's a whole year before they get to walking. But once they start taking their little steps and they stumble, they get back up and they try again. And then they stumble. They crawl a little bit. And then they get back up again. Next thing you know, you're full grown running. That's life. Look at the years that it takes for a baby to crawl, to walk, to run. Look at all of that. It takes time to be able to reach certain things in this life, and patience is a virtue that we all need to learn, including myself. And you never stop learning. Don't ever think that once you get somewhere in life, like that's it, I healed, I know what I have to do in life, I'm up here. No, you're never up here. You're always going like this. Think of it like a tornado spiral. It's never just no, it's a spiral. Your mind is a spiral that keeps going in circles, but it starts going up and up and up the more you learn, which we never stop learning. I'll never forget a teacher that once told us, you're all idiots. We're all idiots. I'm an idiot. He's like, I was once 17 thinking I knew it all. Idiot. Now I was 22 thinking I knew it all finally. I was still an idiot. Now I'm 35 looking at life thinking that I knew it all when I was younger, just to realize I'm still an idiot. Because obviously he didn't mean idiot, but what he meant is that you think you know it all at some point, but in reality you're just learning more and more and more and more with time. He's like, probably when I'm 50, I'm gonna look like my 35-year-old self. Like, dude, you really thought you knew it all? No, wrong again. There's always something to learn in this life. You never fully reach enlightenment. You really don't. Even if you think you do, you really don't. But what you could reach is gratitude. I truly believe that gratitude is the real true enlightenment to life. Being grateful will make your perspective in life react to things so differently. Like, we really take for granted our 2 eyes, our mouth, our tongue, our fingers, our hands. Like, those are the things we really take for granted. The ability to see, touch, feel, taste, learn more than anything. Even that could be taken away. Dude, look at the boxer. I think he was Puerto Rican. Look at the boxer that got hit in the back of his head and he turned into a vegetable. I think that's how you say it. One day fighting, and next thing you know, on a chair, connected to a chair, could barely speak, could barely talk, could barely move, could barely learn anything new. You know, even that could be taken away. It's so quick, any little choice that happens in your life that could be taken away from you. But like I said, with the story with the lady that had cancer, no matter what obstacle comes into your life, no matter what tragedy happens, it's in you to look at life a specific way so you could keep going. Don't let your demons win your battles. Don't let them. Actually, that kind of sounded stupid, huh? Don't let your demons take over you, period. Fight them. Fight them. Fight every single one of them. I promise you. Like, I've had demons all my life. Everybody does. I've let them win before. I know what it's like to let them win. I already know what it's like to let a demon win. You lose yourself completely. You genuinely give up while you're still alive. You basically die while you're alive. Why do you want to die when you're alive? Let yourself live.